Stop it.
Make me.
Robert did it.
One of the neighbors visited Anne in the new home. The neighbor was about to leave when she noticed Robert in the corner.
Anne, that doll is dreadful.
I know. He gives me the creeps. I swear sometimes I can hear him walking around the house. I'm going to tell Gene he needs to get rid of him.
Anne insisted Robert be put into storage.
Sorry about this, buddy. Anne just doesn't understand. I told her you needed a room with a view. This was the best I could do.
Although Robert was in the attic, Anne couldn't escape the doll's gaze.
Why did you put Robert next to the window in a chair? He's scaring the neighborhood kids. They think he watches them as they walk by. And I do too.
I didn't put him by the window.
Eventually, Gene and Anne moved away, leaving Robert behind. Angry, the doll took his rage out on the new homeowner's daughter.
The doll's alive. It tried to kill me.
Even after the girl's family got rid of the doll, his presence was felt. Legend says that Anne returned to the house after Chapter 5, The Amityville Horror House. Amityville, New York, December 1975. The Amityville Horror House is one of the most well-known poltergeist locations. In 1975, George and Kathy Lutz moved into the house with their 3 kids, Christopher, Missy, and Daniel. The family was excited to move. Since then, the house seemed to be a place of evil. Oh, what's that smell?
I don't know, but I'm freezing. Aren't you cold?
Mom, Dad, come see this.
That's disgusting. What is that?
But stink, slime, and cold spots were the least of the Lutz's problems. Nighttime was not a time of peace at the Lutz house.
George, grab me.
George was able to pull Kathy down. Sleep didn't come easy after that. The Lutzes never knew what surprises the house would bring next.
Quick, open the windows.
In a moment, the flies vanished. It was as though they had never been there at all. Missy claimed to have made a new friend in the house.
Jody wants to come in.
Jody?
Her imaginary friend.
Jody isn't imaginary. She lives in my room. She went outside, and now she wants to come in.
You decide. After only 3 weeks, the Lutzes fled the house and never returned. Some say they couldn't afford the house, but didn't want to admit it. A poltergeist was the perfect excuse to leave. DeFeo's lawyer even said he helped the Lutzes make up the story. Chapter 6, The Capitol Theater. Capitol Theater, Salt Lake City, Utah, late 2012. For years, Deputy Dave Murphy had heard stories about the Capitol Theater. He was never a believer, until the night the theater ghosts convinced him.
This place is creepy at night.
No joke. Thanks again for taking my shift. And Murphy, be careful.
Darn, call dropped.
Terrified of the voices, Murphy tried to escape in the elevator.
Go, go, go! Ah!
Chapter 7, The Hampton Lillibridge House, Savannah, Georgia, 1963. The Hampton Lillibridge House has been called the most haunted house in the United States. Investor Jim Williams bought the house as a fix-it-upper.
That's it. I've got to see who's up there.
What happened? I came up here and felt a chill run up my spine. Then something started dragging me. It was trying to drop me down the chimney shaft. That's a good 30-foot drop. This place is haunted.
Williams did not believe the stories. He even decided to live in the house for a while. But there was only so much he could ignore.
What is it?
I don't know. I feel like there's someone watching me. Let's move inside. There, do you see?
The door is locked.
Can you hear that?
Sounds like a party upstairs.
The noises continued above their heads, no matter which floor they were on.
They're on the 3rd floor. They're on the roof. There's nowhere to go from there.
How did they get past us?
Okay, I'll admit it. There's something odd about this place.
You decide. Chapter 8, Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Eastern State Penitentiary opened in Chapter 8, Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Eastern State Penitentiary opened in 1829. Throughout its nearly 190-year history, the prison was the site of many frightening events. 2 guards and an unknown number of prisoners were killed there. Hundreds more died of disease or old age. Nearly 60 paranormal teams visit the prison every year. They have reported many strange and unusual events. The following story represents a collection of reports about the ominous penitentiary.
Do you think we'll see the ghost dog?
Who, Pep? Forget that. I want to hear Al Capone.
Ghost hunters use various equipment to capture supernatural encounters. They record movements with video cameras and try to catch EVP with audio devices. Some hunters use trigger objects, such as a Bible, that might encourage ghosts to make themselves known.
Did you hear that? Stay here while I check it out.
Strange noises are only some of the unusual occurrences at Eastern State. People have seen shadowy figures and tortured faces. Wails have been heard throughout the prison.
Can you hear me? I can see you. What's happening?
Help me!
Guys? Can you hear me, guys?
No ghost hunters have been hurt at the penitentiary, but many of them have frightening stories to share.
Guys?
You decide. Ghosts were first reported at Eastern State Penitentiary in the